What if I told you? The Nintendo GameCube, this adorable purple lunchbox with a handle, was actually a secret weapon in the 2000s console wars? Everyone remembers the PS2 juggernaut. Everyone remembers Xbox flexing with Halo. But the Cube? The Cube was out here quietly stacking adventure games so good, they could have been entire summer vacations. No Blu-ray. No built-in DVD player. Just pure, uncut gameplay. Worlds that felt alive. Stories that hit harder than school exams. And moments that made you yell in a way in your living room. Today, we're counting down the top 10 adventure Nintendo GameCube games. No nostalgia goggles, we're talking about why they still matter today. Strap in. Wavebirds charged. Memory cards loaded. This is gonna be fun. Star Fox Adventures. It's 2002. The GameCube is hot, fans are begging for a true Star Fox shooter. And Nintendo surprises everyone with a game where Fox McCloud basically becomes Link. That's because Star Fox Adventures started as Dinosaur Planet, a rare project for the N64 with totally different characters. Nintendo swapped in Fox, added some sci-fi, and turned it into one of the Cube's most cinematic adventures. Fox heads to planet Soria where dinosaurs are in trouble. An evil warlord, General Scales, is tearing the planet apart. Armed with a magical staff and a dinosaur sidekick named Tricky, Fox sets out to save the world. Don't expect classic Star Fox. This feels more like Zelda. Hub worlds, puzzles, melee combat, and elemental upgrades for your staff. Fire, ice, rocket boosts. You do get R-ing missions, but they're short flights between zones. Think Ocarina of Time, with dinosaurs and lasers. For 2002, the graphics were jaw-dropping. Fox's fur alone was a flex. The atmosphere was colorful and alive. The soundtrack had that epic rareware magic, and the mashup of genres made it unforgettable. This was Rare's final Nintendo game before Microsoft bought them, and fans still debate it. Underrated gem or not real Star Fox? Either way, it gave us one of the prettiest GameCube adventures and a fascinating what-if in Nintendo history. If you're building a GameCube collection, this belongs there. The Legend of Zelda. The Wind Waker. Everyone's expecting a realistic follow-up to Ocarina of Time. Then Nintendo drops the trailer, and boom. Cartoon Link. Huge head, big eyes, cel-shaded graphics. Fans melt down, calling it Zelda. But today, Wind Waker is one of the most beloved Zeldas ever. This isn't the Hyrule you know, it's underwater. You sail a talking boat across a vast ocean, rescuing your sister and uncovering a mystery about Hyrule's past, Ganondorf's return, and your destiny as the new hero of time. The sea itself is your playground. You chart maps, battle sea monsters, grapple for treasure, and explore secret islands. Combat is fast and flashy, and the Wind Waker baton literally lets you control the weather. The cel shading gave it timeless visuals. The ocean made exploration feel limitless. And the tone balanced light-hearted charm with some surprisingly dark moments. The realistic Zelda fans wanted later became Twilight Princess. Sailing was sped up in the HD remaster. And Link's expressive eyes were groundbreaking at the time. From ugly duckling to cult classic, Wind Waker's style inspired future Nintendo games. Its exploration laid the groundwork for Breath of the Wild. And its remaster reminded everyone just how magical it really is. Metroid Prime. The GameCube's been out for 2 years and fans are waiting for Samus Aran's big 3D debut. Metroid was always 2D, moody, isolated, alien. Then Metroid Prime drops, and it's first person. People thought, Metroid is Halo now? Nope. Retro Studios and Nintendo pulled off one of the cleanest genre shifts ever. Your Samus, space bounty hunter investigating planet Talon 4. It's crawling with alien wildlife, space pirates, and a toxic substance called Phazon. Your mission: uncover Chozo's secrets and stop Meta Ridley. This wasn't a run and gun. It was exploration in first person. Scanning alien life, solving puzzles, switching visors, and unlocking new powers like the Morph Ball and Grapple Beam. Rain on Samus' visor, her reflection in explosions, a haunting soundtrack, and deliberate pacing that made you feel lost, in the best way. Metroid Prime proved first-person games could be about atmosphere, not just shooting. It spawned sequels, a 2023 remaster, and is still hailed as one of the greatest games of all time. The Legend of Zelda, Twilight Princess. It's the GameCube's twilight years, and Nintendo drops Twilight Princess, the dark, mature Zelda fans had begged for since the Wind Waker backlash. Your Link, a ranch hand pulled into the Twilight Realm, cursed to become a wolf. With Midna, one of Zelda's best sidekicks, you fight to restore light, defeat Zant, and face Ganondorf himself. Two worlds, Hyrule and the Twilight Realm. Wolf Link can track scents, dig for clues, and talk to animals. Combat upgrades like the Mortal Draw make you feel like a true knight. And the dungeons? Massive and unforgettable, like Snow Peak Ruins, a haunted mansion on ice. Darker tone, epic boss battles, and a huge world that pushed the GameCube to its limits. Twilight Princess was the last first-party GameCube game, launched the same day on Wii, and remains one of the highest-rated Zeldas, often seen as the true successor to Ocarina of Time. Eternal Darkness, Sanity's Requiem. It's 2002. The GameCube is still seen as the cute purple lunchbox. And then Nintendo drops Eternal Darkness, a survival horror so twisted, it makes you question reality itself. You play Alexandra Roivas, uncovering her grandfather's murder and the Tome of Eternal Darkness, a book bound in human skin and bone. Through it, you relive lives across 2,000 years. Roman soldiers, Persian adventurers, World War I troops, all caught in the grip of ancient Lovecraftian gods. Standard survival horror, with one genius twist: the sanity meter. Lose too much and the game messes with you. Fake TV shutdowns. Deleted save files. Enemies that don't exist. It breaks the fourth wall in your mind. First M-rated Nintendo game. Mature storytelling, psychological tricks, and multiple playable characters across eras. Critics loved it, fans still beg for a sequel, and to this day Eternal Darkness proves the GameCube wasn't just for Mario and Smash. It could haunt your dreams. Paper Mario, the Thousand-Year Door. The GameCube's in its prime, and Nintendo asks, what if Mario was flat? Enter a turn-based RPG that mixes comedy, mystery, and heart. Mario heads to Rogueport to meet Peach, but she's missing. Instead of a simple rescue, he's chasing 7 crystal stars to unlock an ancient treasure. And this isn't the bright Mushroom Kingdom, it's darker. Cursed towns, haunted trains, shady alleys, even underground wrestling. Turn-based battles with timing. Hit buttons just right to deal more damage or block attacks. Fights feel active. Partners steal the show. Goombella with sass, Admiral Bobbery the Grumpy Bomb, and more, each with unique abilities. Battles even play out on a theater stage with audiences cheering or sabotaging. Hilarious writing, surprisingly emotional twists, and clever paper-based puzzles. From folding into a boat to gliding like a paper plane. Often called the best Paper Mario ever. And now, nearly 20 years later, it's back with a Switch remake in 2024. Metroid Prime. Nintendo takes a risk. Metroid, as a first-person game? Fans doubted it. But Metroid Prime didn't just work, it redefined 3D adventure. Samus responds to a distress signal, finds chaos aboard the frigate Orpheon, and chases Ridley to Talon 4. From there, pure Metroid. Exploring alien biomes, solving puzzles, scanning ruins, and upgrading your arsenal to unlock hidden paths. It's not a shooter, it's first-person adventure. Scanning builds lore, suit upgrades like the Morph Ball and Grapple Beam expand exploration, and every biome feels alive. Bosses? Massive, cinematic, from the Parasite Queen to Thardus. It nailed the balance of combat, puzzle solving, and exploration, with an eerie soundtrack that made you feel alone but never lost. Metroid Prime saved retro studios, spawned sequels and a remaster, and still ranks as one of the best GameCube games ever. Proof that Metroid could thrive in 3D. The Legend of Zelda, Twilight Princess. Late 2006, the GameCube's finale, the Wii's debut, and Nintendo drops Twilight Princess on both. It was the dark Zelda fans had been waiting for, a playable fantasy epic. Hyrule falls under the Twilight Realm's shadow. Link, cursed into wolf form, escapes with Midna, one of the best companions in Zelda history. Together, you restore the light, battle Zant the Usurper, and face Ganondorf himself. Huge overworlds, puzzle-heavy dungeons, wolf abilities like scent tracking, and cinematic boss fights. Stalord, Blazeta, Armagoma. It's Ocarina of Time's spirit. Darker, bigger, and more emotional. Massive scale, bold story, unforgettable Midna, and some of Zelda's best dungeon design. Last first-party GameCube game ever. A fan favorite that proved Zelda could be both classic and cinematic, shaping the series' future. The Legend of Zelda. The Wind Waker. When Wind Waker dropped, fans were split. Half loved the cel-shaded look, half thought Link looked like a cartoon. But Nintendo knew exactly what they were doing. Set centuries after Ocarina of Time, Hyrule is flooded. You're a young island boy setting sail to rescue your sister, and end up on a quest with pirates, temples, cursed seas, and Ganondorf himself. It's all about sailing, exploring islands, battling sea monsters, solving puzzles with the Wind Waker baton, and diving into classic Zelda dungeons. Swordplay is fluid, side quests are endless, and the ocean feels alive. Cartoony visuals that aged beautifully in open sea years before Breath of the Wild, and one of the most charming vibes in any Zelda game. From controversial to beloved, Wind Waker is now a fan favorite, and its final Ganondorf fight? Legendary. The Legend of Zelda: Twilight Princess. November 2006. The GameCube was fading, the Wii was launching, and then came one last ride. Twilight Princess, the darkest, most cinematic Zelda on the Cube. Hyrule is swallowed by shadows. Link, cursed into a wolf, teams up with Midna, one of Zelda's best companions, to fight through the Twilight Realm and face Ganondorf. Playing as both hero and beast gave the adventure a whole new identity. Sword fights as Link, tracking secrets as Wolf Link, cinematic dungeons like Snow Peak and Arbiter's Grounds, horseback battles, and massive bosses like Stalord. Exploration felt epic and alive. Mature tone, eerie Twilight visuals, and some of the series' best dungeon design. Midna alone made it unforgettable. With 8+ million sales, it gave the GameCube its final curtain call, and remains a fan favorite for those who love Zelda at its darkest. And that's the list, the 10 greatest adventure games to ever grace the GameCube. Whether you were blasting space pirates, exploring dungeons, or just vibing with Pikmin, these games didn't just fill our childhood, they built it. Which one's your all-time fave? Drop it in the comments, I'm reading them all. If you had fun with this trip down memory lane, hit that like button harder than a Smash Brothers home run. Subscribe to GamerBlue for more retro deep dives, gaming reviews, and tech madness. Because here, nostalgia isn't just remembered, it's replayed. And hey, keep your memory cards safe, your discs scratch-free, and your sense of adventure always maxed out. This is GamerBlue, signing off. See you in the next one.